You didn't become strong. You became what you needed to survive. And the most painful part, you don't even know how deeply it broke you. You weren't born this way. You weren't born tough. You weren't born distant. You weren't born carrying the weight of everyone's emotions. That was taught. That was shaped. That was forced. When you were small, you learned that softness wasn't safe. That crying made things worse. That asking for help meant getting ignored or punished. So you swallowed your words. You hid your fears. You became quiet. You became careful. You became strong. Not because you wanted to, but because you had to. You became the responsible one. The quiet achiever. The peacekeeper. The invisible hero. And no one noticed that you were just a child trying not to fall apart. Psychologists have a name for this: parentification. When a child becomes the emotional adult in the house. And another name, hyper-independence. When you learn to rely only on yourself because no one else was reliable. And the most painful one, emotional neglect. Not the absence of people, but the absence of care. Your nervous system learning dearly. Love is unpredictable. Needs are dangerous. Feelings cause chaos. Dependence leads to disappointment. So your brain created a rule. Strength equals safety. Vulnerability equals threat. Love equals risk. This wasn't personality. This was survival coding. Now you're grown, but your wounds still breathe inside you. You take care of everyone, but you don't let anyone take care of you. You comfort others, but break silently at night. You give softness, but you don't know how to receive it. You push people away the exact moment they get close. You get uncomfortable someone is gentle with you. You feel undeserving when you're happy. You apologize for having needs, for taking space, for being human. You call it being strong, but it's not strength. It's a scar. A scar that smiles beautifully, but hurts deeply. There's someone inside you, someone small, someone wounded, someone who never got the chance to feel safe. They're still waiting for the hug they didn't get, for the protection they deserved, for the voice they were never allowed to have. That inner child learned early. If I stay small, I won't bother anyone. If I stay quiet, no one will leave. If I stay strong, maybe they'll love me. But strength was never what you needed. You needed softness. You needed safety. You needed someone to say, "It's not your job to fix everything. You're just a child." But no one said it, so you said it to yourself. And you turned strength into a shield. Here's the truth most people didn't understand. When you grow up with emotional safety, love feels like danger. Kindness feels suspicious. Closeness feels overwhelming. Rest feels like a trap. Softness feels like exposure. Affection feels like debt. And love feels like something you must earn, not something you naturally deserve. You learned survival. The first step to healing isn't becoming stronger. You've been strong your entire life. Healing begins when you tell yourself, "I don't have to be strong here. I am safe now." Let that land. Let that soften your chest. Let that reach the child inside you who never got a rest. Healing is sitting with your feelings instead of swallowing them. Asking for help without fearing rejection. Letting someone care for you without running. Letting yourself rest without guilt. Letting yourself cry without apology. Letting yourself be human without shame. You didn't choose this strength. Life forced it on you. But now you have a choice. The choice to heal. The choice to soften. The choice to feel. The choice to be held. The choice to rest. You deserve a life where strength isn't your personality. It's just an option. You deserve a life where someone says, you don't have to carry this alone. You deserve a life where love doesn't feel like danger. You deserve a life where your inner child finally whispers, I'm home. If you learn to be strong instead of being loved, this wasn't your fault. This was your survival. But now, you get to choose something different. You get to choose yourself. This is Z, where your forgotten childhood finally learns how to breathe again. Subscribe.